since I need to work in the information technology domain, giving that direction to adopt best and latest technology, which can go well with our business objectives, as well as keep ourselves on the cutting edge. And from a security standpoint, it's the responsibility to keep the organization protected, ensuring that we have enough uh, processes, controls in place to protect us from any cybersecurity threats and risks we keep seeing from various parts of the businesses. And to ensure that, I mean, as part of people process technologies, we also need to ensure we have best of the processes, and we have enough awareness and training campaigns run to keep our people informed about their responsibilities, their duties towards cybersecurity. We have five major delivery centers across the globe. Our core location, or I can say the core team, sits in India, which has the largest population of our IT folks, and then we have the small IT teams across our locations, and that's how we manage in terms of creating processes and then integrating the rest of the team. All the I can say the decisions we take for global IT happens in India, and the architecture, the way we have designed the architecture, that also again travels from India to rest of the locations in terms of all the core applications, networking, and rest of the policies. Uh, and all these locations work in tandem with each other. Information security is a critical component for our business. Most of our clients we work with globally have information security clause built into their contracts. Plus, the kind of work we do, kind of data we deal with, again demands high degree of security controls and compliance to some of those regulatory standards, as well as the contract we sign with the client. This is something which is going on right from the day one when we started as an organization almost 20 years back, and this has now become a part of a culture within the organization, and it's I can say it's in the DNA of everyone who works at Evalueserve. So that's how we look at information security. I mean, though obviously there is a function within Evalueserve who is primarily responsible for information security, but as we say to everyone at Evalueserve, that information security is not just the responsibility of one individual or maybe one function; it's the responsibility of everyone. And obviously, there are again controls, processes, policies, which helps everyone to keep track of what is happening within information security. How do we remain compliant to all the client contracts and standards we follow, and how do we keep filling all the gaps we come across. And as we know, during this COVID-19, there have been multiple threats and multiple challenges related to ransomware, phishing, and then people are working from home. There are so many threats. So this team, who's primarily responsible for information security, they are running very busy these days and ensuring that we remain safe and there are no threats as such. Talk about the technologies we use. Almost all parts of the modern technologies, what we see in the IT domain. And when I talk about how IT has transformed in last 8 to 10 years, the first thing what we have done, we have adopted cloud in a big way. Cloud has become an integral part of our the overall IT strategy and the global IT architecture we have at Evalueserve. We still have some workloads running in our data center. That means we still have a data center and we are running this whole IT architecture in a hybrid way. We also use the virtualization, both server as well as the desktop virtualization in a big way. And desktop virtualization has actually become a key solution in this work from home scenario due to COVID-19. And we were one of those few companies who were able to switch to work from home environment very quickly uh, without any disruption to our business. And the desktop virtualization was one of the key solutions we had from last several years. And apart from that, all the modern application like Office 365, which is again one of the instances at the cloud, and we are using those services. Plus, there are many other services which I believe we can talk a little later in the discussion. But the whole objective is to make the management and then this user experience is far easier. And then other than that, then the focus is on the security side as well, where we use best of the security controls, and whether it's related to cloud, phishing, ransomware, and even end user security. We look at all possible combination of tools and processes and policies to ensure that we remain safe, and we end up using best of the technologies we have in the system. One is obviously how we keep on modernizing ourselves and use the best of the technologies, and at the same time, like what are the platforms we create, and how do we ensure that that people can work from anywhere, any device. And when we do that, we also need to look at some of those processes which are more manual, and where people still have to follow a long drawn process, and then also how people are able to do their job uh, easily and effectively. One is obviously giving them all the tools which they use as part of their business, but at the same time, there are a lot of administrative uh, work is involved. How do we cut down on that work, and how do we ensure that whatever information people need, both on their employment related data as well as the business side of it, they are able to function without any issues. And to do that, there have been various solutions which we have adopted with the help of some external vendors, as well as with our internal team, who has helped us develop certain tools and technologies uh, which we use to digitize uh, most part of our business. Before having RFID based asset and inventory management system, we were using standard barcode based system, and you can imagine using that system is very tedious and very complex. One, obviously, you need to keep on pasting those barcodes, and barcode has its own life and then way of functioning. And to read a barcode, I mean, as you know, even when you shop at maybe some store, and if somebody has to scan it, you need a line of sight, and the reader, the barcode reader, has to point in the direction of that barcode. When when we were doing that, even to scan the inventory, it was taking a lot of time, and we wanted a solution which is quick, because we do not want to spend so much time in doing this reconciliation of all the assets. And then plus, when people were moving in and out again, it was a tedious process where somebody had to scan or maybe enter the details manually. So what with RFID, what we thought when this technology was becoming more affordable and there were many use cases, we thought of using that for our assets also, so that one, nobody has to point the reader in the line of sight for RFID to work, and it can work uh, even if you're just passing by with the reader. And even somebody is moving in and out, you can install readers just like uh, any shop within a mall or maybe an independent store, where when you pass through the gates, though they have the readers, and it will be, if let's say there is there is an item which has not been identified as sold. And similar technology we use internally, where we we replace all the barcodes with RFID tags, and now it's very easy. I mean, earlier we used to take days to complete the reconciliation on the floor. Now it happens within just a matter of time. I mean, it takes the time you take to walk through all the aisles, and it keeps on scanning all the devices, all the assets within that radius on the floor. See, we did not face too many issues or challenges. I mean, for us, we were already on a highly virtualized environment, and though it was a sort of a distributed computing, where you had the storage separately and network separately, but overall we were running our setup in a more condensed or consolidated way. Hyperconverged gave us one step, or I can say another step forward, which made our life easy, more from a manageable point of view. And for us, it was just a replacement of a hardware which was going end of life to a more sophisticated and modern architecture, and we are still running in a virtual. We are still running our setup in a virtualized way on a virtual platform. And for us, it was just a migration, which was actually very easy. So we did not face too many challenges, and it is working quite well. Try to create an environment where people can work from any device, any location. And to do that, we also had to create a mobile strategy. So in early days of our operation, we did not have too many mobile devices attached to our network because of various reasons related to compliance and security. And even after that, when we started opening it gradually, we were limiting the kind of devices can connect to our organization and who all can access. So those were the days when you were trying to create more restrictive environment. I mean, now we know because of the proliferation of mobile devices and the consumerization of application and a lot of other devices, you can't really control the number of users and number of devices. All you need to do, you need to create controls and policies so that the user has a choice to work on any device or any location, but you have the controls at the same time to ensure that you have enough protection on your data. And that we did. And now if we look at one of the high points is actually right in front of us because of this COVID-19 situation. Every single user within our company is able to work irrespective of their location and irrespective of their devices. And there is no interruption as such from a client deliverable perspective, as well as even if somebody has to reach out to HR or maybe any function like admin or finance or even IT for any of their work or requests they have, everything is working so seamlessly, and that is giving us confidence despite government opening up or relaxing the norms where we can start working from office with the full capacity, but we are still going slow and we are not asking people to work from offices because we are able to work fully and there is nothing we are compromising as such. So this is one of the high points I can talk about where this mobile and digital strategy helping us.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.